The Bitcoin price is seeing an absolutely heinous market sell-off right here, right now. And this dump could potentially change everything for the bull run moving forward. So let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. We need to discuss this dump in particular. I also want to go in depth on the US dollar index because right now, my friends, I do feel like we are at that proverbial powder keg moment where things could be getting absolutely ready to explode in terms of the relationship of the US dollar to the Bitcoin price. I also want to look at some psychology of a market cycle, things of that nature. Lots to discuss here on today's stream. So let's get right into it. We'll begin here on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. But of course, my friends, before we do in fact begin, if you could, smash that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for that. And if you are brand new, well, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. So here on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the microstructure, this pennant in particular, is still being respected right now at the time of recording. We saw the climax peak come in. We saw a drop back down to the historic resistance trend lines, which then turned into support. We then saw a rebound up, possibly a dead cat bounce, just to respect the downward sloping trend line, right? The lower high trajectory now is being created. We did try and rebound up once more, but we got rejected. This is where things get interesting now, because not only have we stuck in one lower high, but we've possibly now stuck in another consecutive lower high, right? So now we have 1 and 2 lower highs after our climax in the price action. This is very interesting here, folks, as right now the bulls have seemingly stepped back in along this trend line once more. Now, this trend line is not random. You could see that we have the resistance line, the support flips all along the way. Also, if we take the Fibonacci ratio measurements here of the micro move, right, this bottom to this top, we could see that right now, look at where the bulls have stepped back in. You just can't make this stuff up. Right inside the honey hole of Don Fibonacci between the 0.5 and the 0.618 fib retracement zone. If this holds, big keyword, if this holds, I still see validity for this to potentially be a very bullish pennant. Now, everything can change here if this line is lost, right? This was not some sort of clickbait title, right? This was not some, ploy to get you to watch this. I'm telling you right now, if we see the Bitcoin price drop below this trend line and the price action now uses this old support line that it's been now since roughly January 4th, okay? January 4th up until now, this has acted as support. If we lose this and start to close full candle bodies in this channel down here, well, folks, for me, one, we've lost the pennant. Sure. We still have a possible high or low trajectory, right? But in terms of the bulk meat and potatoes of this pennant, I want to see the bulls maintain themselves up inside here. If we drop below, it's different, right? It's different. We still could be bullish, but there's more work to be done for the bulls then, right? You see what I'm talking about? If we drop down into this range, there's more work. So if the bulls are going to remain strong, pedal to the metal, I'd like to see them maintain support here above 34,000. It appears right now at the time of recording that they are trying to do so, but it's just holding on by a thread, folks. So watch this. Keep your eye on the prize here. I know I am right now as I'm strategizing around the clock for whichever way this breaks, either up or down. The Don right now is strategizing for both potential directions to potentially crush this market and get this crypto. And of course, I keep you updated with all of my real-time trade setup ideas, entry ideas, potential take profit ideas, everything like that in VIP. So if you're not already in my VIP, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. But now let's discuss some good and bad things going on here for the price. We need to observe this from both perspectives, right? Bullish and bearish, because right now, this is a very neutral zone, right? Volatility is drying up and looking like we're potentially squeezing into the apex of this pennant, right? So with that being said, I'm open to this breaking out bullishly or bearishly, right? As that's what the chart is showing to me right now, that we are at a point of neutral indecision and the market could potentially move in either direction right now, okay? And if we roll this way, I think that we're going to potentially see a loss of this parabolic move to the upside, which in my opinion is long overdue. It would be a welcomed pullback for both those looking to short this bearishly or potentially buy the dip if you are a buy and hodler dollar cost averaging, right? To each their own. I know a dip will be welcomed by many a market participant if it does in fact occur, right? And if we move up, well, wonderful. This could be an absolutely heinous, but in a good way, inverse heinous rip to the upside with a bull flag here that, in my opinion, has a potential extension target right here from this breakout up to the top of the move, which if we drag it over, we could see has a potential extrapolation target all the way up at about 60,000. Let me zoom out here so we can see this. It's up there right around the 1.618 Fibonacci extension target of the macro $20,000 high to the roughly 3K low, right? That gives us our bullish Fibonacci 1.618 Fibonacci extension ratio, potential bullish target up there around 60,000. And we also have the potential flagpole extrapolation target right up there in that vicinity. So if the bulls are right now to take control of this trend once again, and we are to see that the support holds and we begin to rip, volatility dries up, and we boom to the upside out of this pennant, well, my friends, the Don has his eyes on the prize, up towards 60,000 USD. Let's get this crypto. If you're appreciating this thus far, my friends, if you could leave that thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, I really appreciate it. Thank you. And if you are brand new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all so you do not miss any more of these very important crypto and Bitcoin analyses. Now, let's discuss the meat and potatoes here, okay? So this chart is fine and dandy and all right. If we actually flip on our Bollinger Band here as well, I like what I'm seeing from this front, okay? Notice this on the 4-hour time frame, the Bollinger Band, all right? Zooming in here, we could see that, you know, every time in the immediate trend thus far that we've seen the price action go to the bottom of the band, it has actually led to a springboard to the upside. Of course, past performance does not indicate future results, but you know, look at it. All of these times, you know, dating back even into December, seeing this price be at the bottom of the band has actually been very healthy for Bitcoin, right? I mean, just take a look. I mean, we've gone back far enough. You see what I'm saying? Right now, not only are we at this trend line, but we are seeing the price action near the bottom of this Bollinger Band on the 4-hour time frame. Just a little something extra to toss into the pot there, right? If we go over to the 1-hour time frame now, I'm going to pull up the RSI here. Okay, what I want you guys to notice is what's going on here with the RSI on the 1-hour time frame. Straight line across on the bottom with descending lower lows on the price action. Do you know what this is called, my friends? This is called an inverse exaggerated bullish divergence. Phew, that's a mouthful. But my friends, let me say it again. That is what is known as an exaggerated, rather an inverse exaggerated bullish divergence. Let's get this crypto, right? So we are seeing the price action, lower lows, and we're seeing a stalemate here on the RSI. Possible bullish signal. Again, I like it just because when we zoom in here on the very, very micro perspective, we are at least seeing some signs of bullishness coming in at this very critical line of potential support that I really would like to see the bulls hold, right? So that's just it right there. That's my thoughts from the bullish perspective on that exact region. Now, let's talk about the potential bearishness. Well, as I've stated, if we lose this level, right, we lose the honey hole of the Don, right? If this level is purged through, we lose it. We have to start looking at this lower low here, or rather this prior low, okay? And this area actually comes into confluence with a lot of other areas of interest, right? Notice we have this horizontal level of support that coincides right here with this support as well, and the lower low. So we have a ton of potential support inside this range. But folks, this is down roughly in the $31,000 range, right? And what I like about this as well is that it does still have this old respected trend line here, to act as a potential saving grace once more, right? So if we lose this trend line here, I mean, we could be due for even much more further of a drop, in my opinion, another possible double-digit drop. Now, this to me is it. If the Bulls if the Bulls lose this here and the Bears take control, this does not look good for me here. If we drop, say, below 29,000 or so, I mean, this is the point in the trend where I start to fathom the real possibility of a correction, possibly all the way back down to 20,000, maybe even around 18,000. Let me just zoom out so that you can understand why. Simply because we have all of this confluence here, old bull flag, right? Potentially, going to act now as a support after it acted as resistance here, right? If we drop. So that's there. And if we were to get a sick, almost bubble poppy type of correction, I don't want to rule out of the equation the possibility of dropping back into this old green box here, which is sheesh, ladies and gentlemen, back down around 14,000 at the top of it. Yeah, we'll discuss that later when the time comes, though, if it comes, right? Let's get this crypto. But now let's discuss the US dollar. Highly debatable topic here, highly debatable. And you know that the Don is all about the hot takes here on this channel, ladies and gentlemen, right? No moon boy, fluff and puff garbaggio. I have no reason here on this channel to tell you that I think Bitcoin's going to 5 million, Ethereum to 99,000. Trash, ladies and gentlemen, absolute trash. Sure, it could happen, but these are not the type of clickbait title. I don't want those people that click those videos to be here on this channel, right? I want realistic people to watch this channel, okay? And I know that you guys are, and that's why you tune in each and every day to this channel, okay? So here we are with the US dollar. The moon boy sentiment would suggest to you that right now, because the US is printing so many new dollars nearly on a daily basis, that the Bitcoin price can only go up and the US dollar can only go down. Simply not true. There are many factors that go into the equation of what the US dollar currency is worth in relationship to other globally traded foreign currencies. So right here on the DXY, this is the US dollar traded against a basket of other world currencies. Right now, we can see that over the past week, we have seen a rally here. Let's actually go into the daily time frame, get a little better idea of what's going on, right? So we can see here that although this has been in a significant downtrend, right now, the US dollar has seen a bit of a rebound, and we are pushing up upon this resistance line. Now, if we break this line and it holds as support, I do think that in and of itself is a potentially bullish sign that the dollar could be looking to rebound further. Secondly, do not discredit the fact that this yellow line here of potential support, right? That was our prior macro low, okay? And over here, back in 09 and 2010, this was our prior double top peak, which then acted as new support upon backtest, could possibly act as support once again to form the exact opposite of this double top, forming a potential double bottom. This trend line, however, dates all the way back into the 1980s. We could see that there is confluence all around this region, back in that period of time as well. So very critical range here. I'm not going to rule it out of the equation that there are going to be a lot of potential institutions, holding the floor here, for lack of a better term, for the US dollar around that range. Now, if we go into the weekly time frame here, just look at it, folks. We have a bullish divergence here on the weekly time frame, right? Lower lows in the price action, higher lows on the RSI indicator. Same thing on the daily as well, my friends. We do have a bullish divergence forming here, right? Even from back there, really, right, all the way from there, and then most recently as well, we have seen good developments here. So on the daily, we do have a bullish divergence, and on the weekly, which is even more important to me, we have that. Really, the last thing standing in the way here is this downward sloping trend line, okay? And from a more macro perspective, basically, the inflation rate, right, is very correlated to the velocity of money. And what the velocity of money is basically how fast money is changing hands from one person to another within an economy. Right now, the US is experiencing all-time lows on the money flow, right? So right now, it's going to be very difficult, in my opinion, for inflation to be realized. And I think that, bearish speculators right now on the dollar are understanding this. And that is why we're beginning to see a rebound here, especially with treasury yields beginning to rise. So watch out for the dollar's rebound here, folks. It's possible that it is getting ready for a rebound. And we all know, at least we should all know, that when the Bitcoin price has been on its massive parabolic uptrends, this is what the US dollar has done. This was 2017 right here, okay? The whole year where Bitcoin went from basically under 1,000 to 20,000, that was this period of time right here. Then the bear market where Bitcoin popped from 20,000 to 3,000, that was this period in time right here. Look at this, directly inverse correlated. And now the massive bull run of 2020 and 2021, this price action right here. You just can't make this stuff up, my friends, seriously. And if you appreciate me showing you this correlation, that thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated. And if you have realized by now, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you're ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. So right now, we could speculate again that if this has been the relationship over the past several years, well, if the dollar is going to rebound and potentially look to climb back up to this old area of confluence, right, to test it, back test it as now possible new resistance, well, a rise of that magnitude from this low point here, if we do see the dollar steady climb, right, and inflation worries, right, the fear of inflation goes down, well, there is sentiment for the dollar to go up and, in my opinion, for Bitcoin to see some sell pressure, right? Long term, different, ladies and gentlemen. We all know that the fiat system, basically prints into oblivion. We know that Bitcoin is finite. We know that Bitcoin is looking to serve as a new digital gold substitute. But right now, in terms of, what could happen over the next several weeks or months, I like to keep my finger on the pulse of this market, ladies and gentlemen, looking at it from every angle that I can to potentially crush it and get this crypto. Right now, I hope you understand that we are potentially at the top of a market cycle. Now, I'm not just stating that because I want to, right? Look at this information here from Glassnode, this data out of Glassnode, Bitcoin net unrealized profit / loss, the NUPL. You could see on this chart that right now, we are essentially in the green zone. Look at all the times throughout history that Bitcoin has been in the green zone. It's been right before absolutely catastrophic bubble pops. Of course, once more, past performance does not indicate future results. But you see where we are, right? This is, in my opinion, an area of heightened risk, extreme risk from a bullish perspective, right? Now, we should all know that the trend is your friend until the end. That's the famous saying, right? And sure, this trend could be our friend once more right here if the bulls hold. And even if we drop down here, if they can hold on, cling on, and push back up, maybe the trend will still be our friend. But if we lose this support, the case for the trend continuing to be our friend actually begins to diminish for the Don. And at this point, especially with a loss of the 31K region, a potential loss of the $30,000 region, I don't believe the trend is our friend anymore at that point. Of course, my opinion on that, is subject to change. But at that point, I believe that the trend has actually become our enemy in terms of a bullish perspective. And right now, the Don is strategizing around the clock for whichever way this breaks. As I told you earlier, right, I'm open to a break in either direction because I believe right now the chart is showing me that this is neutral, right? We are coiling up, seeing volatility diminish, potentially squeezing into the apex of a pennant formation, which is subject to potentially break in either direction. And the Don right now is preparing and strategizing to potentially crush this breakout in whichever way it goes, up or down. The Don does not care the direction. The Don is just looking to potentially capture the majority of the lucrative move in whichever way it breaks. And I told you this earlier, my friends, but I'm going to tell you again right now. I will keep you personally updated with all of my speculative trade setup ideas, entry ideas, strategy ideas, and potential take profit ideas, all exclusively for you in VIP. If you are not already in my VIP, today is truly the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. I'm telling you folks, this market is heating up. I've seen so many people this week panicking, shaking, trembling like a leaf in the wind on all of these drops. Have you seen or heard the Don shaking like a leaf in the wind? No, my friends, you haven't, because the Don is right now removing emotion. The Don, as these moon boys panic sold this drop, you guys know I've been showing it on this channel. The Don went long on the drop. Let me see if I have this pulled up here. There you go. This was an old trade alert, right? That the Don, as these moon boys panic sold, the Don went long, right? They buy the hysteria, right? And sell the panic. The Don sells the hysteria and buys the panic. You see how this works, ladies and gentlemen? Staying one step, two steps ahead of every other trader, bot, and algorithm in this market, looking to potentially crush it and get this crypto every chance that the Don gets. So right now, I see emotions are running high. I see these moon boys screaming all sorts of complete and utter nonsense, right? Wagging their finger at the Don. Has anything that I've displayed here on today's stream come off as irrational? Has anything come off here as fear-mongering? You, Kirby Ewan? I don't think so. You tell me, leave a comment. Do you appreciate the reality of this stream, the realistic perspective? Or is it fear, uncertainty, and doubt? Because I showed you the US dollar index potentially looking to have a bullish breakout from a potential, break of this resistance line and all of the other things in confluence there? I mean, for me, folks, this space right now, which leads me to some of my final thoughts here, this space to me right now is exhibiting a ton of characteristics that we are potentially in the thrill or euphoria stage of this market cycle, in my opinion. As you can see here on your screen, the thrill phase says, I will buy more on margin, gotta tell everybody to buy. That's how it feels to me right now. And then in the euphoria stage, it feels to me even more spot on with how we see this market right now. Look at the little quote, I'm a genius, we're all gonna be rich. Right now, it feels like many people completely feel like they can just toss any amount of money into Bitcoin, do nothing, and get rich. That is the type of euphoria you see at the tops of market cycles. And look at the complacency stage right after the euphoria, right? So wait, let's just minimize this for a moment. Let's just say that right now we are entering this point in the trend, right? Where we've seen our huge blow off top, okay? Sure, it doesn't look like much. Looks even better on the regular scale. I've been on the logarithmic scale here, right? But say this 27%, I believe it was, say this 27% roughly drop to the downside was our little blow off top. We've seen a dead cat bounce here, and now we're beginning to chop sideways before a drop down, right? Say that that's hypothetically what's going on here. Well, I think it's certainly possible that we could be in this complacency stage. And look at the little quote there. We just need to cool off. We got to wait for the next rally, right? These moon boys, this is why you see them shaking right now, ladies and gentlemen, quivering, right? Oh, Don. Right now, when you're looking at this realistically, day in and day out, keeping an open mind to whichever outcome occurs, you don't feel like that. You only feel like that when you need the price to go up because all you're doing is hodling, hoping, and praying without a plan. Whatever you do inside this market, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you choose to do, just have a plan, okay? Just do that for the Don. Have a plan. Because if you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. And the Don does not plan to fail. The Don plans to succeed. So as these moon boys and degenerates continue to live a life of peril and squalor, the Don will continue to grind for every Satoshi and dollar. Let's get this crypto. You already know it, folks. The Don has truly been up the mountain. The Don has been down the mountain. And quite frankly, the Don has been everywhere in between. And I have wined and dined with kings and queens. And I have slept in alleys and dined on pork and beans. And the Don will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I prefer the wine and queens every single time. So on that note, folks, prepare yourselves here. Right now, I am salivating at the potentially juicy trading opportunity that could arise out of this range. Bitcoin appears to be in the apex of the formation right now. The dawn is remaining cool, calm, and collected, preparing to strike like a cobra out of the grass and potentially get this crypto when the opportunity arises. And I've told you already, but I'm going to tell you again here because it's very important that if you are interested in VIP, that you do not miss this next, action here, because the dawn right now, my friends, is strategizing around the clock. And if you want to see all of my personal trade setup ideas, entry ideas, exit ideas, potential take profit ideas, all exclusively in real time, that is what I will be posting for you in VIP. So truthfully, today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. All right, my friends, right now, this is it. We are at that powder keg moment, in my opinion. Keep your eye on the US dollar. Keep your eyes on these trend lines. Right now, I'm looking to potentially crush and obliterate this next move. So if you'd like to see my personal speculative trade setup ideas for this move that breaks out of here, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. Don't forget for the algorithm to leave that thumbs up. Thank you guys. And if you're brand new, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you're ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the dawn has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.
The material in this video has no regard to the specific investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs of any viewer. This video is presented solely for informational and entertainment purposes and is not to be construed as a recommendation, solicitation, or an offer to buy or sell any securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, or any related financial instruments, nor should any of its content be taken as investment advice. Crypto Kirby is not a financial advisor. The views expressed in this video are completely speculative opinions and do not guarantee any specific result or profit. Trading and investing is extremely high risk and can result in the loss of all of your capital. Any opinions expressed in this video are subject to change without notice. Crypto Kirby is not under any obligation to update or keep current the information contained herein. Crypto Kirby may have an interest in the securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and or derivatives of any entities referred to in this material. Crypto Kirby accepts no liability whatsoever for any loss or damage of any kind arising out of the use of all or any part of this material. Crypto Kirby recommends that you consult with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Thank you for watching and have a great day.